Alright, welcome to this monthly session, and with unpopular request, we have preponed actually. Last time we had postponed for 1 week. This time we are preponing for 1 week. We generally have this monthly class on first Sunday of the month, which is I think if I have to go to my calendar, small calendar.
Yeah.
So it could have been on 6th
Yeah.
of next month, but we are preponing it and doing it a week before, that is today on 30th. Alright, welcome. So we'll go with this general financial product advice warning. N P Financials Pty Limited, N P Financials or NPF advises all service recipients of the following. This information is provided only on general financial product advice basis. This is only educational in nature. Trading securities, derivatives, CFDs, foreign exchange contracts can be risky and is not suitable for all. I'll give you another 15 seconds to go through this and then we'll get started.
Yeah.
Alright, when you are done, let me know.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good. Very good. Okay. All done. Very good. QIN. So I'll start. Right. I'll start with the questions I have got, and the questions I have got was from Sri, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Sri says. Question number one: theory and logic behind formation of ASO, ASI, ABO, ABI. So that's what he's asking.
All sellers out and all sellers, all buyers out. Yeah.
So can you explain the question again?
Yeah. Basically, all sellers out. Yeah. All sellers out. It forms at the support. Yeah. Which is the close is near to the low. So that is all sellers out. Yeah, which is if it happens at the at the support, so that is all sellers out. But the same formation, if it happens at the support of.
So you want to know where it is formed, or you want to know something why it is formed?
Why it is formed, basically. So what I read is the all sellers out bar. It is weak when it forms in the resistance.
Correct.
Yeah. So even though it is all sellers at the resistance, what exactly happens in the market? That's what I mean. Logic doesn't mean that in terms of programming level, but what actually happens in the market.
Very good, excellent question. So Sri is asking about why this formation of all sellers out and all buyers out, all sellers in and all buyers in. So the logic why it is formed repetitively and at the same instance is very simple. The simplicity behind that understanding is it's a concept which we have actually invented but as Newton says, nothing could be invented, everything is derived. So that derivation is being done from the authority of experience. So when we talk about this concepts of all sellers out, new concepts authorized by NP Financials, we are talking from the authority of our experience, which we have seen from tens of years in this market. Yeah. All good.
Before that, I can see this is a Facebook chart, but is it kind of the concept is same on the Facebook or in the or on all the instruments?
The concepts are the same for all the instruments across the asset class. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So the concept is being observed by us at different levels of support, resistance, demand, supply, because without demand supply nothing happens.
Yeah.
And we observe that it happens at a climax of a supreme buy or a supreme not supreme,
Yeah.
extreme buy and extreme sell
Yeah.
possible conditions. And in that extremities the opposite happens. That's what the market is all about.
Hmm.
So to answer your question plain and simple is, they happen to trap, they happen to trap the they
Hmm.
happen to trap the amateurs, to trap the novice,
Okay.
to trap the newbies. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why they happen, and they will happen, and they will consistently, repeatedly, consistently, persistently, insistently, whatever it is, it will happen.
Hmm.
They will happen. And let's see some of the support resistance which are in front of any instrument, and they are same for across all the instruments. The support and resistance, demand and supply
Hmm.
are concepts in economics, are the same for all the asset classes, as I said: forex, commodities, bonds, indices, cryptocurrencies, and shares. And they evolve around any kind of support resistance, and that can be horizontal support resistance in the form of monthly, weekly, yearly, daily resistance, S1 or support, S1, S2, S3, mid R1, R2, R3, or resistance R1, R2, R3. They can happen at any diagonal line drawn between any two swing low, provided there is a swing high in between. And they can be observed at any Fibonacci levels, because that is also good support resistance. And then they can happen obviously with a 200 moving average as well. So let's see where, why, and the I have already told you it happens because to trap
Hmm.
the market participants in the opposite
Hmm.
direction. So this is some of the did I answer your question? After that I'll show you the examples. Yeah?
Okay. So it happens to trap the newbies or the market participants.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
Okay. No problem. If we can, if we can go through the couple of examples, that would be great.
Okay.
Hmm.
So this is an example irrespective of the time frame, irrespective of the instrument. This will happen again and again and again and again. And when we see this bar here, this bar here, the last one, March 2020, this one, and we have already drawn this swing low to this swing low, and that was a swing high in between. So this is a valid trend line, not a tentative one, and because this swing high has been taken out, so this is a confirmed, valid confirmed trend line. And this fellow and this one was drawn from March 19 to June 19, and this is March 20. So after a year, so this fellow came and exactly stopped here. And everyone thought probably because of whatever fundamental, whatever news, maybe COVID, maybe what not, possibly they will sell the market at this point, because they saw even that's why I said extreme conditions, like these three black crows. If you remember the candlestick study, do you?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Three black crows here and three white crows there. Now, although it is green, but white and green are the same.
Mhm.
And then this, and everyone will sell here, but we know from our observations, from the authority of experience, that we'll buy here possibly. So because it has stopped here at a support. Let's see what happened after that. Market went up. So similarly, in this is a monthly chart. Of course, it was in front of you, and this is a daily. What is this? 2-day chart in front of you,
Mhm.
and 2-day chart. If we can see here, and those will definitely invariably will form. Invariably will form at an extreme condition, extreme right hand side top, right hand side bottom, and so on and so forth. So if we see this crack of the 200 moving average and then snapback, and then it went up from here to there in a 1-day chart or a 2-day chart. If we see from here to here, it went up almost 166 16,612, 121% in 5 months, 7 days, 57 bars of 2 days, that is 104 bars in a daily chart. And then we can see resistance on the yearly, which is coming here, which Marty is exploring now. That's why I took this opportunity to show that this is a possible trap, absolute trap, brilliant trap. And why is it so? Because it has already moved from, if we measure this, from the 200 vertically, it went down almost 25%. And if I measure this from here to there, so it is 50%, double that. Generally doubles happen, so it has moved double of the crack and snapback, which is good enough to know that this is a possible all buyers out because of the resistance here, and this is a tremendous candidate for the crack and snapback. So every amateurs will buy here thinking that this is a big bar, and like this one it will go up, like this one here, like this one here. So we got one big bar, two big bar, three big bar, strong bullish bar. When a strong bullish bar is appearing at a resistance, then it is the weakest bullish bar, and we have named it as all buyers out. So if we are buying here, even if we have bought here, did not close below, if we buy it did not close, if I buy it did not close below, if I buy did not close below 2, it can break 1, it cannot break 2, this fellow did not close, this fellow did not close. So if we are taking positions from here, then we'll get out at this point, because that's a all buyers out. So they will happen again and again and again in a big way like this, or a small way like this. This is all sellers out here, because it got stopped on a support. This is the support of a previous monthly low. Yeah, so this is a good, okay example, but this is a very good example. When the low is near to the when the close is near to the low at a support. So this is a very good example of all sellers out. Similarly, this is a very good example of all sellers out. When the all sellers out, previously we used to see 2 years back, 3 years back, when the cryptocurrencies were not traded before, when the free money was not being helicoptered. So that time what our observation was, like this: all buyers out will stop at resistance or below resistance or at resistance, like this fellow, like this fellow. But nowadays what we are observing, we have extended it better, like we have A class double bottom, B class double bottom, beta of all buyers out. Also, if it cracks the support, and like this fellow cracked this support, this fellow cracked the resistance, this fellow did not crack. So cracking is a possibility of a better opportunity and confirmation that the next snapback will happen. And if we have experienced of crack and snapback 1,000 times, we know 900 times it is successful, very high percentage. So we'll sell the market, we'll cover our long positions here, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So did I answer your question?
Okay, just on that, sir, let's go to that buyer's bar. Yeah, the buyer's bar.
Which buyer?
All buyers out. Yeah. Okay.
That one.
Yeah, that one. That one.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. So that is the all buyers bar. But yeah. So when you say it happens for the purpose to trap, what actually happened? Is it people were buying it, or people were selling? Because of that selling, that inwardly shows up as the big buyer bar.
No, both actually. To start with, people are buying. That is the trap. That is the trap. They are buying. That means trap.
Okay.
Supposing I'm George Soros and Carl Icahn. Supposing I want to sell Facebook at 300, then my job would be to get as much buy orders as possible.
Okay.
So what I'll do, I will place the order with the broker that yeah, I want to buy. So from 270 to 300 probably I'll buy. So
Okay.
if when I'm buying at 270 and when it is going to 300, I make profit, isn't it?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So that's why it happens that way. So we place buy orders, so that is the trap,
Yeah.
and then we had already placed millions of sell orders at that point.
Okay.
So
So it is.
that so with that millions of sell orders at 303.23, not that precise, maybe 300,
Okay.
maybe 300. So at that selling pressure, the next what happens?
I see. I see. Okay. Understood. Understood.
Very good, excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next question. Any question here or next question anywhere?
Yeah. No,
I have a question right here, Father.
Go.
Say we're above the 200 moving average.
Yep.
We're in an impulsive move up.
Yep.
And as of September, you've had a corrective down.
Mhm.
Okay? So when we're in this corrective down, I have the understanding that we want to buy a red bar
Yes.
for better entry. I'm just wondering what you might consider as a good stop loss when we're in a corrective down move and we're seeing lots of red bars.
Very good. Excellent question. So in that, what will happen if you are when you become a professional NP Financials trader? So you know immediately that this is a big bar. This if this has to continue going long, this midpoint cannot be broken. If this is a big bar, if that has to be continued long, this midpoint cannot be broken. Now this midpoint is broken, that means we are in a corrective move. That is very good. The question is, Marty is asking, if I go long here, where would I be putting the stop loss? Generally speaking, if this is a green histogram to go long as per our strategy, then we will place the stop loss below the low of this bar, entry bar, minus the ESD. In this case, the ESD is 11.28. But if you see our modules and units, I think module 5, unit 4 in share trading, that's what we discussed today with Marty in his class of share trading. We told that what could have been done, what would have been, we could have done to protect our dangerous attempt to pick the to catch the knife, falling knife. So we are trying to catch the falling knife here. So that's a dangerous venture. But unless and until we take tremendous effective trades like this one, so what we will do, we will not put the stop loss below this low minus ESD 244.2 minus 11.28. We will not do that. Instead of, what we will do, we will go to this point, midpoint, and then place the stop loss midpoint, which is roughly around 240 minus the ESD, which is 11, so 229, and then let's see what happens. So our stop loss is at 229. I think we got a good trade. Yep, we got a good trade. Yeah. So the stop loss can be, if you remember that big bar concept, midpoint cannot be taken. So we'll put that. Otherwise, you go to this low and then put it here. Don't get the ESD taken out from here. That will be too much. So 229 minus 5 would be 224. But in this case, midpoint would be around 240 minus 5 is 235. Yeah. Did I answer your question?
You did, Father. Yeah, I just like more examples on buying red bars, if that's possible.
Yeah, 100%. Always buy on the red bar if and only if you have become a you have proven to yourself that you are strategy wise you are making money. If you follow the strategies, yeah, it's a very good chance that you will be profitable in the long run, extremely profitable in the long run. But when you become a professional trader of NP Financials way of thinking and from the authority of experience, we can say that I'll draw this simple, this is a big bar bar. So even if the midpoint is taken out, the low cannot be taken out, because in that case it will be broken one and then easy to break the second one. So it is impossible, although it is all buyers out, at the same time making this as a turning reversal, it is impossible. So what that might mean is, draw the simple bar at the midpoint. If it is stopping there, then possibly buy here and then put a stop loss here and get stopped out. That's fine, losing 1%. Otherwise we buy here, otherwise we buy here. So both the cases we buy with a stop loss below this low minus the ESD. So when you become a professional trader, means what? You are consistently making large number of wins. For example, you are in a 10 of 10 trades, you are winning 8 of them. Again 10 trades, win 8 of them. Again 10 trades, win 7 of them. Then you can't, that means what? You are doing good. What is that you are doing good? You are understanding the concepts which are discussed 1000 times. It can break 1, cannot break 2. It can break 1, it cannot break 2. So this fellow is broken, but the second one is not broken. This is not broken. Just forget about this one. So in that case, red bar buy, red bar buy. But how do I know that this next bars will be continuously red? Absolutely, we don't know. No one knows. Then in that case, what we will do? We will then that case. Excellent question, Marty. What we will do? We will avoid the bars. Please try to remember. We will avoid the red bars which are touching the resistance. Like we will not go long here. We will not go long here. But we will start going long. Here we'll start going long, here we'll start going long, here we'll go long here. So if either of these 4 or all of these 4, depending on how big your pocket.
Does this mean we'll take a smaller position size?
Exactly correct. Beautiful. Excellent. So it can mean that, supposing if you are taking 10, if you're buying 10 Facebook shares, you can buy 2.5 there, 2.5 there, 2.5 there, 2.5 there. If market moves from this point upwards, you get only 25% benefit. If your market moves this point here, you get only 50%. If market moves here, 75%. If your market moves here, 100%. If your market goes that way, you lose 1%.
Very good, thanks, partner. Very
fantastic, good. Very good. So in that same concept, Marty, we would not buy this one because it is touching the resistance. Can you see that?
Yep, I can see that. Yep.
But this one is not touching the resistance. This is this is touching the support. Does it make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
This one will not buy because it is touching the resistance.
Yep, I can
This
see
one
that.
this one will not buy by touching the resistance.
As well as that.
This one will not.
Out.
This one will not buy because this is touching the resistance. What resistance? Yeah.
Okay, yep.
This fellow will not buy because it is touching the resistance.
Sorry, on the previous bar, sir, which is the resistance you are referring to?
You tell me.
Okay, I mean, 1 to R2. Is that one?
That's correct.
Okay.
So this will be a no. So we'll do it, cross it.
R2. Okay.
And then do this, do that, do this, do this. Does it make sense, Marty? Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did, partner. Yeah. Especially with the position sizing.
Yeah, absolutely. That one you told. Credit
Okay.
goes to you. Yeah.
Just on that, the last, the buy signal, which is a red histogram. So can I kind of correlate to hook?
Yeah. You can.
Okay.
Next question.
Okay. So that was my question regarding the all seller ASO and ABO. Yeah. The next question is, just I would like to see the other couple of examples with regards to high probability trade setup. Yeah.
High probability trade setups in what? In which asset class?
In Forex, please. Preferably GBP USD.
Fantastic. Go there.
oversold in an uptrending market.
Hold on.
Right.
I go to today chart for Forex.
Yeah. Pound dollar.
So sterling.
Yeah.
And your question is, can you please repeat?
Yeah. It's oversold in an uptrending market, preferably weekly or monthly. Monthly. So, what does it mean? Actually, could you explain that? Could you show one example? How?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I can show you many examples.
Yeah.
So the what Sri is asking probably is to identify oversold condition in an uptrending market, because that's a high probability trade setup, isn't it?
That's correct. Yeah.
So as per NP Financials, we have observed that oversold is an excellent high probability trade setups in a 2-day Forex strategy. And what is that? How do I know which one is oversold in an uptrending market? First of all, is this uptrending market from here to here?
Yeah, it is uptrending.
So this is the uptrending market. So fantastic. If everyone agrees that this is the uptrending market, because it is above 200, bounced from 200, so on and so forth, and then this is bounced from 115.40, and then in that case, so what next question comes? What is a oversold condition? Can be known from what is the question is oversold? What is oversold condition in an uptrending market? And that it can be defined in 3 ways. The number 1 way is the oversold when it touches the opposite Bollinger Band, number 1. So this is oversold, and then second is this black line touching the blue line, oversold, oversold. And then the third one can be the touch of the opposite trend detector in the opposite Bollinger, which did not happen in this case. So we got one oversold here, excellent probability to go long, and this is another one, excellent probability to go long with a all sellers out. This is all sellers out. Did I answer your question?
Okay. So this is 2-day chart. Yeah. But what is the reference to weekly and monthly?
Weekly, monthly, same concept would be same. So let's make it weekly and monthly.
Sorry, sir. Before going to the next chart, so this oversold in an uptrend, we have to refer only the chart which we are trading in, which is 2 days.
That's correct. Exactly correct.
Let's say if we are trading weekly, so we have to refer to the weekly chart.
That's correct.
Okay. It's not that you look at the weekly chart and come back here for the 2 days setup.
No.
Okay.
At N P Financials we hardly do that. We never do possibly do that nowadays, because our concept of up bar, down bar, peaks, drops, P star, T star tells us from the very beginning of 3 months trader foundation, which probably we have forgotten everything, is we have forgotten everything or not?
No, we have not forgotten.
Okay, very good. So in that case we have remembered, and that in one chart how to see the immediate trend, how to see the immediate term trend, and how to see the long term trend, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why we don't do that.
Okay. Then I can work out myself the next one, which is overbought in a downtrend market. So that's
Overbought in a downtrend market. Now let's see which is a downtrending market. I think EuroCAD was downtrending for some time. Least go to EuroCAD. Yeah, this is this is a downtrending market from this double top almost. Probably a B class, so in a B class double top, and then overbought in the form of Bollinger. So this is a downtrending market from starting from here, which is July 2020 till date. So this is a downtrending market. So easy to find the oversold condition, and you tell me the oversold conditions here, Sri.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one is on where? Yeah. The just below the 200 moving average.
This one,
Yeah,
because it has touched the
uh, because it has the Bollinger Band.
correct.
Okay. So in this, okay, in OS or OB, do we need to consider two OB or it is a single OB, single overbought will with the context will be enough?
Yeah, if you remember our again observations,
Yeah,
why I say that, because I can only advise you to remember everything we discussed.
sure.
If we remember that it is a downtrend, and in a downtrend the first touch of a Bollinger Band is a tremendous weakness in the best possibility to go short.
Okay.
So the first in that case it can be one OB is
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Otherwise we can go and see that if the one OB is corresponding to two OB, then why not?
Okay, okay, okay. Hmm. Okay,
But yeah, that is the seeing the one OB in with a non-context, I hope I thought that you would be asking this question, but you did not. So in that case, what you will do, I'll maximize this, and then I'll ask you, is it not
that's overbought.
overbought, isn't it?
Yeah.
So in that case, let's go to the chart. This is already one OB or one overbought.
Yes, yes.
So in that case, I purposefully reduce the actually maximize this histogram. Now reduce it to see if I hear what type of mistakes I am doing. I am buying. Sorry, I am trying to sell a support, isn't it? What is the support? This is the support.
Yeah.
Yeah? Draw a horizontal line.
Yeah.
So yeah. So if we sell here,
Yeah.
thinking that this is oversold condition, then there will be a possibility of getting stopped out.
No, here, yeah, no, here it is a what do you call divergence is there.
Huh? Yeah, that's correct. This
Yeah,
divergence.
that's a class divergence, and with the TP. So that's yeah.
That's correct. Very good. Excellent. Sri has told a brilliant point. I hope all of you remember. Class A, Class B divergence, even relative divergence, are more meaningful with a turning point. So this is a clear-cut Class A divergence, but if we add the turning point here, which is the histogram touching the red line, then this is more meaningful. So we cannot sell a relative divergence with a turning point to go short. Instead, we buy at S2. Yeah. So that is the difference between oversold being here and oversold being there.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Yeah.
So it's all context.
Yeah. Last time you showed us how to what is called fill that the OBs and OS. Could you please repeat that step, sir? I would like to do that. Because to identify clearly the overbought on the histogram, you showed us how to fill up that color. Instead of just a black line. Hello.
Yeah, I was drinking water. Sorry for that.
Oh, sorry.
So I think if I have understood correctly, you are asking how to fill this portion. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Right click.
Yeah.
Right click anywhere here, and then
Yeah.
go to settings, BDDH, whatever the name is.
Yeah.
Click there. Are you doing with me?
Yes, I'm doing it.
Have you right clicked?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you get this?
BHTH. No, I haven't.
Whatever the name can be different. From
Yeah.
time to time we change the names. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Did you get this? 321, whatever it is, and then go to color zones.
Color zone. Color zone. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Add color zones,
Okay. Add color zone. Yeah.
and then first select the divergence line D.
Uh,
D is the black line. Yeah. It can be D. It can be DIV. What is in front of you? Did you take a drop down here on this line 1?
I think I'm missing it. Okay, just you, repeat the steps and I will follow it up. No problem.
So color zones,
Yeah,
and then add color.
yeah,
Then select the line 1 from this drop down as BFFD or
yeah,
DIV,
yeah. Okay,
and then the second one as 40.
okay, yeah,
That means what we are telling, if this fellow goes above 40, that
yeah,
means this is the 40.
yeah,
Goes above means
yeah,
this one. Then make it red.
yeah,
So we'll do this color red.
yeah.
Okay, and then make it full.
Okay,
So it will be red, and then another color, add color, then BFFD again, and then select minus 40 instead, isn't
okay.
it?
Yeah, yeah,
Then in that case it will be less,
yeah.
and
And
then
green.
do it
Yeah,
for
let's
example
green.
green,
Yeah, yeah,
and then go to full.
yeah.
It will look like this.
Okay, I will work it out. Yeah, that's good. Beautiful. Yeah.
Very good, excellent. Next question.
Okay. Okay. Next question is bullish divergence from OS. Okay, so this is same. Yeah. Previously, what we discussed.
Yeah, bullish divergence from oversold.
Oversold.
Like
Yeah.
this one is a bullish divergence in front of you from oversold. Price has gone down,
Yeah.
divergence indicator gone up,
Yeah.
and at the same time this is oversold, this is oversold, that was previously oversold,
Okay.
and relative divergence is obviously oversold because the previous position is already oversold. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Look. Okay. Good. Clear. My question is clear.
Good. Next question. Anyone? Malinder sleeping?
Nobody. I'm watching
Why?
you.
Your questions, please.
In a Eurocad, there is one, man.
Eurocad.
Yes. Like
Yes.
say 2-day chart.
Yeah.
If you go on a turning point on a this, what's the date? It is. Give me one second.
Okay. Next question.
On a 17th of May, 2-day chart, Eurocad.
17.17. Yeah.
It's a two turning point, but in actual there are four red. So I'm long in it until just for like it doesn't hit the next target. But should we be taking this trade? Like because there are four red. If you see the 4 out of 6 charts,
So what Valinder is asking, this fellow is a 2 TP on this date, 17th
this one,
of
yes,
May.
17th of May.
Yeah, that's the 17th of May. We saw one turning point because this histogram is above the red line, and another turning point because this one is a turning point. And then in that case, so your question is, you have gone long. I think you have done a good job because I think it is.
But there are four red too. Like if you,
double bottom here,
yep,
double bottom there, and then if we have double bottom here, then you see 4 red. Let me calculate. So divergence, this one here at the trend detector is 1, and then 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Yeah, that's correct. So as we know, if we want to catch the falling knife, that means if you are trying to catch the double top and double bottom, in that case, in this case double bottom, the numbers will not match. That's why we have a concept called S2, like this fellow, and in S2 2TP or LCTP, we ignored the score, if you
okay.
remember. Yeah. So that is a possible uptrend. Yeah, go long, uptrend. Yeah, long trade. Next question.
Okay. The question is regarding the supply and demand lines. So supply and demand lines, they are quarterly and yearly. Is that correct?
They can be quarterly, yearly lines. There can be yearly pivot points.
Sorry, yearly.
Pivot points.
Okay, yearly pivot points.
If you right click here and go to settings, generally we follow monthly.
Monthly pivot points. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can go add indicator
Mm-hmm.
and then type in here PIVOT. Then choose this one, pivot points. Are you following me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then select the period as yearly.
Uh-huh.
This is a new thing they have bought. It was not there in version 10. Version,
Okay.
version 11 they have introduced
Pivot points on monthly.
yearly.
Sorry, yearly. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you select yearly, then you can have set your settings. So which one you want? I want all of them. So I want all of them, and then make it yearly. So what it will tell us? It will tell us this is monthly. Sorry, yearly mid S1, yearly S1,
Mm-hmm.
yearly mid R1, yearly pivot, and so on and so forth.
So instead of we still have the monthly pivots, or
Yes, as you can see in front of you.
oh, okay, okay. So on top of monthly, we got yearly as well.
This is a new addition
Okay,
from version 11.
okay. So there is no quarterly. So quarterly lines are not considered as demand and supply.
Yeah, of course they are 100%.
Yeah, they are. So yearly plus yearly and quarterly.
Yes. In addition to those, we got yearly support resistance line,
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
was not available earlier. Now it is available.
Okay.
If it is available, take advantage. Why not?
Hmm.
Next question.
I have a big question regarding the shares part.
Go, Marty.
Okay. So in the first modules of the share trading concept area, we go through identifying the sectors of the ASX. Now we look at the sectors and we find a sector which we think is trending up that we are happy with within the ASX. Okay. So I don't know, maybe have a look at any sector. I think
Consumer, energy,
consumers,
financial, health,
yep,
industry.
anyone. I think consumers are fine at the moment.
Consumers, okay. I mean consumers, yeah.
Okay. So we see this and we see that it's possibly above the 200-day moving average.
Daily chart, is it?
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay, let's go to the daily chart. Yep. Let me change this to daily. Yep.
Okay, so
It is just.
this is a possible long. We've gapped up above the 200 EMA support, I suppose. We've broken a downward trend line of the peaks. Okay. And now I go to a website. It's listcorp.com, and that tells us the shares within that sector, and it has their weightings, the price of the share, and their market capital.
Can
They're
you
all
spell?
rated.
Can you spell
one.
it? L-I?
www.listcorp,
B for boy.
C for corn,
Yeah.
O for ozone, R for ripple, P for price, .com/ASX
Sorry,
slash
sorry, hold on. Again. L for lion, I for India,
Yep.
S for Sydney,
Yep.
T for Tom, C for company,
Yep.
O for organization,
Yep.
then
R for
what?
Ripple, P for price,
Sectors.
.com / ASX / sectors.
Then
On this website, we see the sectors. We can click on, what are we on? Consumer discretionary. Okay, and on this it gives us within the ASX 200 a bunch of, I don't know, the most heavily weighted shares at the top of the list.
Best farmers. Aristocrat, yeah.
Okay. Yep. So we're on the same page. Okay. So I go through the top 10 of these and I chart them up on Pro Real Time. Now I suppose my question is, how do we eliminate what is, how do I word it? How do we eliminate the weak in the chart? How do we stick with the best ones fundamentally? I would say from looking at this so far, if we are trading long on that consumer discretionary index.
So if I have understood correctly, if you are going to this website and identify 10 companies in a sector, is it?
Yep, so the top 10, and we see the market capital and the share price, which I think gives us the earnings per share, I think, if
No,
we
this is
divide those numbers together.
No, this is plain and simple share price. This is not EPS. This is share price, just the price.
Okay.
Like Harvey
So
Norman is trading at $5. West Farmers is trading at $55.
Okay, so we see that and we chart the top 10 that we see in front of us. Where are we in relation, without the correlation to the index? How can we rank these somewhat in a competitive space, I would say?
Okay, first of all, we when we are seeing a chart like this, consumer OZ consumer, then immediately when we see this chart, then immediately we think that from last 1 year, say 6 months of October to till date, it is not doing anything. Yeah?
Okay.
So if you see a chart kissing 200 to the upside, kissing 200 to the downside 10 times, that means it is not trending.
It's in a range.
Yeah, it's in a range. So if this entire sector is in a range, then forget about going to list corp and see and try to see best find the best one. It does not make any sense because the entire sector is ranging, so there is no prospect in this sector. So in that case, what we will possibly go, then we will go to the another one, which is energy probably, and see what energy is doing. So energy is also a little bit of down, and then go to financials. This is the one we will be trading with. So
Okay.
we got this financial, then we will immediately go to, if you want to, I don't want to, but if you want to, then you go to list corp, and you already got your sector, so that financials to trade, go to financials in the list corp and see the financials shares. You get Macquarie, Commonwealth Bank, and ANZ and Westpac.
We will do, yeah.
Yeah, so sort this market capitalization. So first one would be CBA, and go to that CBA, chart it. So go to CBA. You already know the answer.
So really,
See, this is the
um,
exact replica of the sector.
yeah. So really, we're not too focused on the fundamentals. We're just lining up the sector chart with the share chart and making sure everything's sort of all trending together before we would consider making an entry. Is that
That's exactly correct. But this concept of seeing the sector and then going to chart is a fundamental thing. That's why we have captured this in our earlier modules and units in this share trading. So we said uh, go through the sectors like commercial, like energy, like financials, like health, like industrial, like telecom, materials and utilities. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sectors. Go through them, each one of them. It will take 40 seconds to do that. So when you do one by one, consumers see, and it will take 3 seconds. Nothing to trade in energy, nothing to trade financials, everything to trade health, uh, something to trade industrial, nothing to trade materials, everything to trade telecommunications, everything to trade utilities, everything to trade. So we got utilities short, so go highlight and then highlight in a negative color, maybe this one. And then we got telephone, telecommunication, not telephone. So go and put it in a different color, highlight and then do this, and then go material, so that you do not forget what you saw. So go and right click and then go to highlight and then highlight this in a uptrending market, for example. Green, industrial, don't do anything. Health, don't do anything. Financials, you got, so you do something which is green, and then energies, nothing. Consumers, nothing. So out of these 8 sectors, in 40 seconds we have got one good sector for to go short and 3 good sectors to go long. So this is the fundamental aspect which we try to request you or advise you to see before you jump. We have not told you to go this website, but this is a good learning, at least from your perspective. It's an interesting thing how to know the sectors. That's a common question, how to know the companies within a sector. So first of all, we need to know which one sectors we are trying to long or short, then go to the utility sector if we are short. If we are good at short, go to the utility sectors and find out which is the worst one. For example, APA or Mercury New Zealand or whatever it is, and then if you want to go to financials, similarly go to financials and then select which one to trade. For example, CBA. So that is the relationship between the fundamentals and the technicals. But first thing first, scan through in 1 minute and highlight this through 30 seconds, and then see your what is that, list corp, and then find these companies and then trade.
okay? So if we see a sector that is, I don't know how do we say it. We see a sector that's strongly trending in our favor within the sector. Is there a way we can single out a single share to either short or buy?
Yes, that's pretty simple. No, it's extremely simple. Financial is doing good, so go to the financial sectors and see the
Yeah.
first 5
Okay.
and select the best chart. So quickly, if we go to CBA, we go to CBA. CBA, Commonwealth Bank. So we got this one, fantastic. The next one is Westpac Banking, WBC. Not bad. And then NAB, National Australian Bank. Not bad. Then ANZ. They'll all be same. Not bad.
Mm.
Last one, the Macquarie, crazy. So out of these five, now how do I select the one or two? So in
Yeah.
that area, so in the Macquarie is not that good because it is not as strong as CBA. So having said the first five, having seen the first five, we'll be first of all we'll go to the process of elimination, and we'll eliminate the one which is the weakest one among the first five. So this is the weakest one among the, this is going up but this is not going that much up, so we'll ignore this one, and we ignore NZ, National and Westpac. We'll not tell these three, because with only one thing, that if they appreciate, they will appreciate only from 27 to 28, which is 100 pips. We'll select the best one in our example, financial sectors and banks as companies. So we'll select this fellow. If we go from 90 to 100, so that is 1000 pips. So we'll be trading this one. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
So best way is to identify. That's a very good concept, Marty. Good that you shared the concept, to select the first five and then trade and get the best one. Don't go to the last five. Don't like this fellow. Don't go to the SCN Development Bank.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
Yes. Thanks, Father.
Next question. Valindan, which one you were trading now? What are you trading
So,
now?
I like Afterpay the most at the moment.
Afterpay. Let's go to Afterpay. APT. Afterpay was good, very good after COVID till this point, but after that they had a revenue drop in their quarterly when they declared their quarterly results. So that's a double bottom top there, and after that the quarterly results or forecast of the revenue came. Something happened, I exactly did not remember, and the share price fell to this point, and it got a tremendous bounce from the 200 moving average with a hammer, and we go long there, and then we go short here. So this is a good volatile share, extremely good. 100 pips at least movements from 96 to 93. 300 pips move every day. So if you can,
If we
96.
show the guys the yearly pivot points on this one, I think they might like that as well.
Excellent. Pivot points, PIV, pivot points, yearly. So yearly, yeah, go. Yeah, this is the yearly pivot. Yeah.
It was just how the price of this respected that yearly pivot point. I was just
So this is yearly pivot
worth
point.
looking at. Yeah.
And this is yearly resistance. One.
So just a nice thing to look at, I suppose.
Excellent. Yep. So that's why I think they have added the yearly support resistance in the form of weak pivot points in their latest version, and good that you are observing that and trading that, which is good in front of you. Anyone, any comment on this yearly pivot resistance and Afterpay, or list corp and getting to CBA, which is a good concept? Next question. Anyone, any question? If there is no question, we'll probably, I think we'll be done with the session. So questions, please.
Okay, the questions regarding this trade account, sir.
Trade
Recently on the IG and all, they reduced the margin. Yeah. So
They have
what?
reduced the leverage, increasing the margin.
They reduced the leverage. Yes.
Increase the margin. They did not do. ASIC did.
Yeah, increase the margin leverage. So if I need to trade bigger lots, then what are the other what are the ways to increase the leverage?
Yeah, there are many ways ASIC has given us to increase the leverage or at least go to a lower margin level. Is you can actually prove to yourself, not to yourself, to ASIC and the broker, not to ASIC but the broker, because that has become a regulatory requirement now, that you will apply for a professional tradership, and then in that case you have to tell them, declare in a paper, in their form, that you have traded CFDs, that is contract for difference, for last 2 or 3 quarters, which you are doing. And then the next only 2 requirements, and the next would be you have your yearly income as more than 100,000.
Yearly income is more than 100,000.
That's correct.
Okay.
So if you can prove this to the broker and apply in their form, and they will give you the 1:100 leverage. I think so.
Okay.
This is one way. The other way, if you are having a trust account with the broker, so if you have a trust, family trust or business trust or whatever it is, and then you open an account with the trust account, and that too with our N P Financials and Go Markets. So Go Markets will give you automatic waive that and increase your leverage if you are trading on a trust account and declaring through them, through us. If you go to our blog or if you go to About Us, and if you click here and then open the account with a trust.
Okay.
So what you need to do, you click in that or click in this N P Financials Go Market link, and then this is the trust. See this trust? You select this trust. You have to select individual trust or corporate trust. In this case it will be individual trust, and then go next, and then let us know that you have applied to this. Then we'll take this up. Probably you will be enjoying the same leverage as you used to.
Okay.
So these are the 2 ways.
These are the 2 ways. Okay.
Next question.
Okay. Good.
Anyone having any question?
Excuse me, but
Go.
in a GBP USD, like last month, you took a couple of trades in a GBP USD 2 days, and you said that we need to continue the trades at the end of the month. So if you see the slides, if you see the chart to GBP USD 2 day, you didn't, although there is a first, once it has hit the resistance 1, and again you took the chart trade on a 23rd of April again. What should be the stop, buddy?
GBP USD, is it?
Yes.
So let me go to GBP USD. And the dates were?
Like you took the trade on 23rd of the date.
23rd
Last
of?
month.
23rd of?
April.
You mean this one?
This one.
And this is plain and simple standard sample setup, and the previous one was a hook setup. And when we are taking that is the benefit of trading consistently, repetitively the samples, strategies, signals or the setups consistently for years, year after year, a month after month. And when we are taking a trade based on strategy, blindly we'll follow the rule of putting the stop loss. So we'll go to the previous this fellow and then 20 pips down for a daily and 30 pips down for a 2 day as per the rules says. And if we have a pivot points in between, like if we are going long here, if we are going long here, then we'll make sure, even if we are going to the previous and even if we're going to the previous and then taking 30 pips out of that, so we'll make sure that it is at least 30 40 pips 50 pips down from the pivot point, because people knowing that pivot is a magnet, price keeps on coming to the pivot and test it. So if we are going long here, we will be safe here if we take the low minus 30 pips. If we are going long here, then we will not put the low minus 30 pips because it will be too close to the pivot. Then possibly we will go to the low of this one and then minus 30 pips. So 138.09 minus 30 pips, it will be 137.80.
Okay.
And then in that case I think we survived these two attacks, 37.80. So this low was 38.01, we survived. This low was 38.02, we survived.
Okay.
Good question. Next question. Anyone is trading cryptocurrencies?
No, I'm not trading.
Funnily enough,
Hmm?
it's my dad's birthday today, so I tried to set him up a crypto wallet.
Oh wow! Happy birthday to him and congratulations to set it, have the crypto wallet. Which one is it? Trust wallet, is it?
No, he's opted for Cointree, an
Coin.
Australian place.
Australian one, yeah.
Very painful, but I'm hoping for the best for him.
Why painful?
Not very computer literate.
Yeah, when I used to develop my mentor at the age of 79 and 80, how old is your dad?
61 today.
Only nothing. Tell him that Partha has developed Fred Weston, Dr. Fred Weston of Canberra, when he
Yeah.
was when he started when he was 77 or
wow.
yeah, and he continued with me till 83, 84.
Oh wow.
But anyway, congratulations to your dad. Very good, excellent. Australian marketing regarding cryptocurrency is horrible, and their study is also horrible. Just hold on for a moment. Sorry for that. Yeah, compared to the world cryptocurrencies awareness, but yeah, at N P Financials we keep the same understanding, whether it is Ether or Ether had a good fall from here to there. And then any crypto he has added, or you have added for him in the wallet yet?
He's setting up the wallet. He is very much looking into the speculative cryptos, I guess you call them. Ones that aren't really worth too much at the moment. Something for a long term.
Okay, and and where is he getting the list from?
Out of the cereal packet, I suppose you would say. Just word of mouth. Everyone's talking about it, so he's caught up in the hype. So
advise him not to do that.
I have been teaching him trend lines today, so
Oh
he's
wow! So is he your first student?
he is, but I'm very surprised at how quick he's picking it up.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. Very good. Again, congratulations to you to become a teacher.
It
Very
is
good.
painful, but
Yeah, but you enjoy, isn't it? It's very good. Excellent. Fantastic. The advantage is crypto market is open on Saturday, Sunday. So as you
yeah,
can see, it is jumping around here and there. Litecoin, Ether, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, everything is jumping around. So they are traded. They are being traded now. Yeah, that concept is a very new concept of wallet. Very new concepts of cryptos being added to the wallets. Yes, excellent. Very good job done. Brilliant. Congratulations to both of you.
I think trend lines are the simplest and most productive concept to work with. So
Absolutely.
sticking
Always.
with that.
Yeah, it will always work. It will always work. So our way of doing the trend line, if you can rightly develop him. So this is the price here. Go to the last swing high, which is this one. Go to the next swing high, which is this one. Join these two lines, and is provided there is in minimum one swing low, which is this one, which is that one. So minimum this one, then wait for this break and then go long. That's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if
Simple
you
as that.
as simple as that. And if you have time, I think your dad is having time. He's a time rich, is he?
He is now, yeah.
So go to the 4 hourly chart and do the same. So now this is the 4 hourly chart in front of you. We are here. We are just getting possible bounce from here. So what we are here. Go to the previous swing high, this one. Go to the next swing high, which is this one. Join these two swing highs. Between a swing low, this one, and wait for this close up of high, take it out, go long.
Absolutely.
Simple. Excellent. Good job done. He must be thrilled now. Yeah.
He's a little bit too excited, hard to contain.
He is all by himself, or
Mum's still there. He's happy.
she is happy?
Yeah, she just stays away.
Yeah. Same thing happened with Fred Weston actually. Fred Weston's wife also used to stay away, but the one thing she always he insisted that they used to call it a bet. They did not never call it a trade. They always used to say, because they're like a kind of older thinking process, so they used to call it bet. So he always used to say, I will bet 1% for or against him, but his wife will come, Andrea, and Andrea will say, if you want to bet 100%.
Very good.
Bet 100%. Then Fred used to call me and say, I will never do that.
Very good.
Really?
I think it happens in every household.
Yeah, true, isn't it? Yeah, very good. Good that you said. And again, happy birthday to your dad.
Thank you very much.
Best wishes from all of us. Very good. Anyone can share any good or bad good news, which is be excited, like Marty's dad. In cryptos also we have tremendous strategy-wise signals in front of you. So when the cryptos market coming down from the May 12th of May 21, the advantage of these crypto signals are they are they are not much many. As you can see, we go long here and go stay for 3-4 months, and that's good. The advantage is when we go when we pick this strategy signals on the cryptos here. This one did not trigger, and this one did trigger. I have seen magically they happen absolutely at the top or absolutely at the bottom, like this in front of you. We got the top 13th of May in a 4-hour chart. It can be daily chart as well, and we got a top. If you go to a daily chart, and you got long from here, which is at the absolute at the bottom, but before that we got a bounce on the 200. So if we have, when we become a professional, we buy at 1826 dot, or whatever the reading is, 1819 for the 200 moving average. Yeah? So if you have purchased 1819, now you are at 2404. Actually in 3-4 days it went from 182 and 202 and 2820. I remember that. So that's 1,000 pips in 4 days. Makes sense? And look at the long here we got. Unbelievable. Absolutely from nowhere this longs comes. So we got long here, we got long here, we got long here, and then after that there is no signal. So this is the beauty, because of the very unidirectional way they have become now cryptocurrencies. We don't generate much signal, but when we generate, we try to absolute enter at the start or the end of the trade and trend. Yeah. Makes sense? Questions?
I guess these cryptos behave a lot like currencies from what I'm seeing. They're very oscillative up and down a lot.
They actually, because that's their digital currency, the word currency is there inbuilt, so they will probably behave more like currency other than compared to a share or a commodity. Uh, but having said that, I would say the normal behavior of a crypto, this is abnormal behavior. Normal behavior of a crypto is much better compared to a currency. Yeah? Like the this fellow Bitcoin went up from 10,000 to 60,000, unidirectional. Yeah, it's very unidirectional. But at the same time, it came down from 64,000 to 34,000. That is also unidirectional. I think, yeah, you're right, and they behave more like currencies, yes, because they are cryptocurrency, digital currencies. At the same time, they are, I think, better in behavior technically compared to the other currencies like Eurocat and Euro, Aussie sterling, Swiss.
Very good.
Excellent. Any other question? If everyone is sleeping, Marty is awake, and there is no other question, I thank you for your time on a Sunday like this. And then I hope we have added value. Continue to learn and trade well. Talk soon.
Thanks very much. That's
Bye.
very good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you,
Doctor.
Sri. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, goodbye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.